What is up, everyone? How are you? First, let me know if you guys could even hear me. I just want to make sure I got this right. Keeping my girl safe. Congratulations. Hi, all. Okay, cool. So far, half the entire family's here. We're just trying to see if I can. Hi, Franco. Hey, Goldfish. Can you hear me okay? Sorry it's a little bit dark. I'm just trying to stay a little bit inconspicuous. 3 a.m. here. My phone alarm thought it was detected movement from the surveillance cameras, but it was Franco. Yay. I'm sorry I woke you up, Thomas. Sorry, bud. Hi, Frank. Yes, 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 and yep. Awesome. What is up, everyone? How are you, Brittany? How are you, Canadian gal Tammy? And Nicola, welcome in. And Caprina, Fernandez, Kristen, Alex, and Kathy. Good day, Franco. Good day, Kathy. Brittany, yes, we can hear. Awesome. I see some dark figure. Really? All right. I just literally got out of the car. This is actually where I parked my car. I don't know how dangerous this city is. I don't think it's that dangerous because it's like the marijuana state. Apparently, it's legal. I parked on top of the hill. There's nothing buried there. That's just open ground. There's nothing there. Over there is a different story. I'm just trying to find a place where I can put my phone at so I can keep it still for you guys. What state am I in? Let's turn this on. Ooh, godly, it's nope, much brighter that way. Let's keep it like that. So the state I am actually in Chicago. I don't know where I could put my phone. Oh, yes, I do know where I'm going to put my phone. I'm going to put it right over there. Actually, no. Actually, yes. Right here. Or here. That should be a lot easier for me. There we go. Yeah, I'm in Chicago. I traveled all the way over here because I saw some really beautiful mausoleums. Really huge ones, too, that's open for the public. However, they close at 5, so I wasn't expecting that. I actually kind of wanted to do the video at a nice hotel you did. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Thomas. That was actually completely, this guy showed it to me, Justin from Visually Creeped. He was like, Franco, I got this cool hotel. Let's go. I'll get the room. And he got everything for me. So that guy did wonders to helping me out too, because I was running out of locations in Wisconsin. I'm good. So glad here. Missed your live stream. So I'm glad I get to see your face live. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brittany. I have been freezing. My skin is dry as crap, but I love it. I love the cold. I'd rather be here than Florida. Yanko, oh my god, Yanko, because he looks like Yanko. He looks just like Yanko, actually. I sent him the video and I was like, Franco, look, this is your twin. And he's like, that he does not look like me. He's like, yes, he does. Nose is a little bit different, but he looks like you. I'm good. I'm glad I'm here. Nice hotel video. Hey, Frank, sorry I'm late. Wendy, you're perfectly fine. I'm late. I usually like to do it at 9:30. But I was actually trying to find a graveyard to do it. But I couldn't find one because they're all closed. This one's open. It's public. But it's not really... I like my graveyards to be interesting, not kind of just like mundane. This one's just kind of like flat land and just... I'm actually surrounded all 4 corners with just streets. So it might be a little bit loud. But if you guys want, I can give you a quick look around how it looks like out here. Don't worry, but this place is still beautiful, though. Let's turn this around. There we go. I'll turn off my light here for a second. See, this is how it is. It's actually very cloudy. I woke up. Actually, I went to sleep last night in the car, and it was actually frost. There was ice on top of the car, but now there isn't. But it was only when I went to sleep because it was 27 degrees. But don't worry, I slept nice and warm. My car, I have this key fob thing where once I turn it on, it warms up the car for me, so I don't really get to freeze or anything. I'm definitely comfortable. Oh, I could use it right up here. This is much more nicer. There we go. Wow, that actually freaked me out right there. What the hell is that? All right. Turning this around. And there. Let me see what you guys wrote here. Hi, Wendy. I have been bored, stuck in the house, so it is great to have the live stream. I have been driving a lot. I actually wanted to take today off, but I'm like, what else am I gonna do? Like, I'm literally, I was gonna travel anyway and keep traveling. Let's turn this on. It's a little dark. So I was like, what else am I gonna do? If I take the day off, I'm probably still gonna travel and explore. So just let's do a live stream. I have been bored, stuck in the house. Great live stream. I'm actually worried. I got to be very careful too, because everything is on lockdown. I'm hearing rumors about them wanting to shut down states where you can't get in or out just until this whole virus thing goes away. But I don't really know. I'm taking a huge risk, but I'm being very safe as possible. But because I'm traveling so much, my risk is a little bit higher than everyone else's. But I am being as safe as I can possible. But I literally this is the part that kind of gets me, and it's like, go figure, because hold on, let me make sure, let me read up. Frank, you got to get a camera on your back. Call it your 6 camera so we can watch your let me check the 6 camera. Give me a high hope all as well. Hi Frank, go to a place to more light. Gotcha. I think this should be good. Everywhere else is just dark, and I don't even think I have a high enough tombstone. I thought that was a car coming by. I don't know why I'm hearing noises now. Not noises, but like other cars. I just don't want to get caught up with somebody. Hi, cute alien. Frank, you got to be careful with the coronavirus going around. It's no joke. Now, I'm not taking it like a joke. Trust me. I got my mom and everyone telling me. But what gets me so upset is that I just got this to be full-time where I have to travel. I cut the job, so now I'm fully dependent on YouTube. And now the coronavirus comes out. They're shutting states down so I can't travel. It's like, are you kidding me? What are the odds of that? Oh no. See, that's the noises I'm talking about. It's so cloudy out here. Look at this. There's a plane in there. You can hear, oh, there it is. There she is. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that, but whatever. There was one that you could hear it super loud and just came right out of the clouds. There we go. Good evening, all. You'll be fine. You're by yourself. Can't get by hanging out in the graveyard. Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking about too. It's like, literally, I'm only going to state. The most contact I have with anything is when I'm getting gas or if I'm getting food and just driving. I mean, I stop at a lot of Love's gas station because that's usually where I go. And if I want to shower, I go to the Love's gas station because they have, oh my God, if you guys are ever traveling, you might second think a Love's gas station, but my friend Hyro, he's a truck driver. He's like, bro, those bathrooms are awesome. They're clean. They're perfect. They're like a hotel bathroom. You walk inside, they have towels. Everything is warmed up, and the water is so hot. I haven't taken such a hot shower. My mom's house, where I was staying at, is not hot at all compared to how those Love's gas stations are. Very nice. I love Love's. Oh my God, me too. I love it. And I like how they have like the Knight's helmet, and so they have so much weird stuff in there that you wouldn't think you would see inside of a gas station, but I love it. I love it. You go in there and you have a bit of both worlds going in there. How did you guys like the collab? Was it cool? I mean, I want to ask you guys this. I wouldn't ask my other live streams, but you guys are like kind of like my command center. Like, you guys are like the ones that I talk to internally as far as what I should do externally. Frank, seriously, I think it's a good idea to start heading home. I have a feeling we're going under a nationwide shutdown. Wow, in about a week, and it will start longer than 14 days. This is the thing, is that if I go back to Florida, Florida has more cases than where I'm at right now. I think Florida has like 129 cases, and it's spreading. It's going plus and beyond. My other idea was to head to Virginia, where there is no cases registered, and it's the least amount. I'm not getting sick. That's just because it's freezing cold out here, and my lungs are just... But, yeah, that's kind of my original plan. It sucks, too, because I had to do a video with Lego Papa TV, and he and me were planning on going to New Orleans, to going back to that graveyard where I got chased out. The collab was pretty cool. I like Justin's videos. Justin's really good. He's got a good voice for when you're doing your... In fact, if there's something for me to learn off of Justin's, the way he talks very confidently, and he's very like... And that's awesome. That's awesome. I know I sound a little bit nervous, which probably I am. I'm Hispanic. It's in the blood. I'm always nervous. I'm just kidding. But yeah, and that's... I love that. I was like, bro, you are good. I'm going to try to help you out and as much as I can. I subbed to Justin. Said, "Oh, thank you, Christine. I'm glad. I'm sure he's gonna love to hear that, because it's hard to... Trust me, from what I know, it is hard to jump out of the 200 after you hit 200 subs. Most can't even talk. Most YouTubers tend to quit because it kind of stays there for a while. So it's understandable. Do you have a friend you could stay with? Right now, the only friend that I met up with recently was the one that I met up with first, Justin, and then before Justin, I went to Tennessee, where that tornado hit, and then I didn't really stay at his house or anything, but it was just something he was showing me around because he's from that area. And then after that, not much. In fact, I'm trying to stay away from as much people as I can, and it sucks because I want to do fan meetups, but all that has to be put on pause. And I'm not sure how serious this is getting. And Wendy, from what you're saying, if it comes to a nationwide lockdown, I may have to start traveling straight home, if they even let me go home after that. But I have everything pretty much situated in the truck if I have to do stealth camping for a while. But personally, I feel like I'm more safer if I don't go home. I stay away from Florida because that's one of the hot spots too. And yeah, do you have a place? Yeah, I think so too. In Europe, one or the other is on lockdown. All preventions. Why did it sound like a wood door just creaked? I have no idea. I didn't hear anything. Collabs are a good thing once in a while. Yeah, I agree. That's a bike. But yeah, I completely agree. Not all the time, but every once in a while. But I'm gonna need Lego Poppy TV eventually to come with me to New Orleans. Thanks, Wendy. I'm glad you liked it, because I was nervous because I don't really do collabs ever since the accident. No, I'm just kidding. But ever since, I just haven't done collabs too much, and I've been nervous with it. I was like, you got to be careful because it's, and so I gave it a shot. I told him, I was like, we spoke a lot over the phone. I'm like, all right, so let's do it. Let's try to get this going. I'm excited. We're your family. The collab was great. You are my family. You're correct. The collab was great. Yes, Wendy, I agree. Y'all keep in mind, March 23rd, I've heard from reliable sources, all of the U.S. will be on lockdown by that day. July 23rd. Is this like a martial law type of thing with this virus? Pretty much. This is what it's sounding like. And it's good time to learn from each other in the collab. I agree. Even here in Australia are shutting down more and more every day. Frank, you won't be allowed to go out of the... you won't be allowed to do videos, so please go home. I'm glad you're letting me know this, Wendy, because I have to figure out how this is going to... This is probably going to dramatically affect me as far as location-wise goes, because this is ridiculous. I just got this full time where I'm able to travel. Just left Florida, and a week later we're on lockdown. I can't leave the state. It's like, no freaking way. Me and my mom were talking about it, but we didn't think it was going to be like that. Like, we didn't know it was going to get so strict. And so usually they come out with a a cure for it or something. But I'm definitely gonna have to look into this and figure out what's gonna happen, or how I mean, I did put out a ton of videos this week, so maybe how long do you think this will last if it does take place? Hey, Francoholics, how are you? And was awesome collab. And dude, I saw you. I heard what you did. Mozardi was doing a live stream, and I saw you there. You put your comment. That was awesome. Love the intro. Love it. What's up, Franco? Justin is a nice guy. Chicago, Franco. I was glad you made it. Yeah, it's nice. It's a beautiful city. It's a very beautiful city. Actually, pretty clean out here too. It's not like New York. I thought it was gonna be like New York, but it wasn't. Yes, Wendy. Justin is a nice guy. No, March 23rd. Please head home. I will. Look, it's very demanding, Wendy. Let me. I have to call my mom first and see if she'll let me go back home. No, I'm pretty sure she would. But I'll probably start heading that way anyway. Plus, I have to go to Florida anyway, because I have to go check my mail, because I'm pretty sure I have E-Pass that I haven't paid, and I might get my license suspended if I don't. So I have to go home anyway. I just wasn't considering on being there for too long. Just check it and go. But I'll be definitely heading back home soon. Not just yet, but soon. Definitely before that March 23rd part. I got to figure out, I got to talk to my parents about it and see what's going on. Yeah, it sounds like martial law. Be careful with the corona. No, go home. Stay away from a lot of people. Stay in the cemetery. That's literally what I usually do, stay in the cemetery. And driving around, it's been empty. It has been empty. I just walking from stores, it's like, here it's actually a lot, but I'm in a city. I'm in Chicago, so that's kind of different. But I'm pretty sure it's much more packed than what it is. Right now, I don't see a single car. See? That's where you see cars. But now it got quiet. I hope there's not like a certain curfew time limit for Chicago. Jesus, this is changing everything. I got so many thoughts going in my head right now. It's worldwide now. Just ask your mom. She will let you know what's best. It's better to stay safe, Frank. I know, I'm sorry. But we all want you safe before you do your videos. I agree, Brittany. I agree. I'm just scared because it's like, usually if you have to take a leave of work from your job is one thing, but I just quit my job. I don't know how it works for YouTube, but I know that if I don't post, that also affects a revenue coming in. I definitely have to talk to my parents and see what I can do and what I should do. I mean, as far as me being safe, that's number one priority. That is number one. I'm not even second guessing that. But I'm definitely going to have to start limiting my trips, or probably staying in Virginia and just keep it over there and just not get out of there, because it is the state with the less victims. You're right, Wendy. My health and safety definitely does come first. I just did not see this coming. Like, every day I'm listening on the radio about it, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And today it's even been terrible. Like, it's almost hard to get food, you know? Can you do videos in mausoleums and graveyards? They can't lock down graveyards. It's just about having a place to stay. The thing with graveyards is that not every graveyard is locked down. You are correct. Not every one of them is locked down. Yeah, not every one of them is on lockdown. It's the really nice ones usually are on lockdown. Like over here, the ones that I wanted to take you to, I found a huge mausoleum that I wanted to do a video in, and I could have it all to myself during the daytime until 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, that whole mausoleum shuts down and everyone has to leave, even the graveyard. The only graveyards that I can't go to are here. This one's open, but a lot of the ones that are open like this has so much surrounding atmosphere ambience that it's hard to hear anything. Like right now, you guys are hearing a lot of the cars, the planes, the trains, you know? I have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Stay in West Virginia. There's no cases at all. I know. I don't know how that's possible. That there's nobody. There's got to be someone. New York, Chicago may impose some restrictions, but no official source has said anything about martial law. In Texas, they have started that, Kelly D, and Boston, but it hasn't officially been announced yet. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. Especially that when Trump finally, I was watching the news, and our president, Trump, actually declared a national emergency, giving him all waiver to waiver out any FDA laws for searching up a cure. But apparently one has been found. But they still now have to go into the process of testing it out on the patients. And it's actually the fastest cure that's ever been found, which is ironic, but there's a lot of cemeteries in Chicago, but it's close. It closes at 5 p.m. Stay in West Virginia. Don't go to Florida. It's terrible. My friend is crying for food, and there's a lot of dead. Oh my God. Feels like a zombie apocalypse. If you ever considered one day traveling to Canada, more specifically Saskatoon, Chewon, there's a few cool places here. That sounds awesome. I actually am trying to travel to Canada because I'm supposed to meet up with Mo, but he's been busy, and with the whole thing with the virus too, I wouldn't blame him. Please don't go to Florida. Stay away from Florida. Frank is mobile. He can go wherever it's safe. This is true. That's kind of why I want to go to Virginia, and because there's no victims over there, and I could be more safer there. I just have to start looking for locations within Virginia. And I think it's about a 5-hour drive, maybe a 6-hour drive from my current location. Yeah, it's crazy. I have a family in Boston and Texas, and that's what's going on for them, Kelly D. I think there are more cases everywhere in the country than anyone knows. There have been just started really testing. They aren't letting anyone in Canada right now, Frank. Don't go to Florida, my friend says it's terrible. There's nothing. Go to West Virginia. So then West Virginia it is. Is everybody else cool with that? Like, if you guys would like that, because I could understand why that makes so much sense. And I am just thinking, I just can't believe that this got so serious so quick. Oh my God. Do you think this will end soon? Like, do you think this will ever come back to normal? Yeah, wherever safer. Thank you. I'm so happy. I don't want to get sick. I don't want you to get sick. I don't want anyone to get sick. And I think somebody was messaging me. Don't know the name off the top of my head, but I know somebody was telling me that they were sick too. Yes, whatever is safer for you. I'm in Maryland, outside of DC. Talk to your parents about it. Definitely will, Wendy. Definitely will. But Wendy, don't you think Virginia would be a better idea than Florida, because there's no victims there in Virginia? It's horrible in Florida. Not soon. I live in Dallas, Texas. We're going on spring break and then no school until after April, if that. Online teaching. I heard Alaska or more are virus free right now. It's Alaska. No one goes to Alaska. Go to the missing 411 locations. Lots of privacy there. Nice place to live. I would love to live in the missing 401s. President said maybe till July or August, before it really is under control or even gone. Same with Washington, California, New York. Florida has the same thing. When the authority says don't panic, people generally always start to panic. This is true. It's like when the pilot announces that everything is cool, remain calm. Yeah, right. It's a good point. No, home with the family is best. It's really bad in Florida, and if it spreads like a wildfire, UK is overrun, and the government hasn't done anything yet. I've heard UK has been, oh my God. I heard UK and Italy has just been taking the biggest hit on that. Just think of your cute kitty. Oh, Lindsay, I miss Lindsay. I've been thinking about Lindsay this whole freaking time. Lindsay and Nala, the dog, the little Yorkie. And I miss my mom. I miss my brother. I miss my dad. There's a lot of people. Like every time I like when I think about it, I miss my friends and family. I haven't seen them in a while. I'm having so much fun. I can't even believe it's already been 2 weeks that I've just been traveling nonstop. Like I wasn't kidding when I said I was going to travel and do these videos. I was dead serious. No pun intended. But yeah, I was super serious about it. And oh my God, I wasn't even looking back until this whole virus epidemic came out of nowhere. It's really bad in Florida. How long were you planning on being out traveling and exploring originally? I was thinking for 2 to 3 months, then going home to Florida. I have to check my PO box too. I haven't even checked that for anyone who's sending me anything, and then going back out again because I really I wanted to see. This is the idea. I wanted to do as much traveling as I can possible, so that way I could make this work out. If I could make this work out fully to the point where I could feel like I could fully depend, which I personally believe I can depend on this if I put a lot of hard work into it. And that's why I've been taking the measures that I have been taking. After I do those adventures after 2 months and I get I can see how it works on the revenue part coming back in, I was trying to see if there's a way that I could save that money where I could travel overseas to the UK, where I could travel to Australia, because I know I have a lot of people wanting that, and I said that I was going to do it, and I want to do it. That's part of the idea of traveling and exploring and doing these videos. However, the worst possible thing is happening right now, like the worst possible thing. And now I'm just kind of like, well, now what? I have a couple of friends in Orlando. Yeah, same here. It's horrible. I know they won't even close the schools yet here. They should have been closed the schools. They're closing schools here left and right. Just stay in your car and wash your hands, and that's it. But stay away from Florida. That's crazy, Nicola. I'm in New York City, and they are closed here. So praying for Nicola. Yeah, Nicola, my heart and prayers go out to you too. That's insane. I'm hearing so much from the UK and Italy. Yeah, I'm hearing so much of UK and Italy are just, it's terrible. It is super terrible. I'm in New York City. So praying for you all, Nicole. I thought you have this full time. I do have this full time. I'm not in Florida. I'm just traveling doing videos. That's why you see the whole increase of videos. The UK doesn't seem to care. It's no food, any of the supermarkets either. Jeez. So what are you doing to eat? Like, how are you being able to maintain that supply, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious. Bro, just concentrate. So far, you're doing amazing. Thank you, Frankaholics. I appreciate that, buddy. Don't stress yourself. You're doing amazing. Stay out of New York. Oh, I'm not going to New York, and I'm staying out of Washington. I just wanted to come to Chicago for just these graveyards that are currently closed that I thought was open. Then after that, I was planning on just going more towards the, not south. I gotta replan everything because everything is just almost 6 videos in a month. That's awesome. Thank you. And they're good videos. They're not bad videos. Like, I'm trying to work on my editing so much. I feel like the last video I just did with the intro, I really liked that intro. Like, I wasn't even trying too hard on that intro because I wasn't sure if I was going to get enough footage with the hotel because of security following us everywhere. But as I was working on the video, it just started working out better and better, and then it looked great. You got this. Lots more people are going to be sitting around watching YouTube for a while. It's practicing it. It's impacting everybody. A curfew would really suck. If a curfew, whatever happens on my situation, that's regarding the coronavirus or anything that has to do with this video is definitely probably, well, this is my private, on my regular live streams I can't say coronavirus. It's only this one because this is just for you guys. That's why I don't talk about it on my public live streams. I try to stay away from that. Schools in New York City and Connecticut are closed. Restaurants and other interiors are taken out of our delivery only here. Eateries are taken out. Our delivery only here. It's sad. 368 or 366 people have died in Italy. I think it's more. I think it's a lot more in Italy. From what I was hearing, but I can't give you an exact number. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I could have sworn it was like in the thousands. I think 1,000, but something in there. I could be wrong, but this is what I was hearing. Gotta go, everyone. Be safe, Frank. Much love. Hey, Canadian gal Tammy, thank you so much for being here. Sorry for it's kind of like a down subject, but this is just something that I was putting consideration to it, but I thank you for being here, Canadian gal Tammy. Hopefully it's a much positive one next time you show up. Luckily, I stocked up as soon as it hit. Yes, supermarkets is a nightmare. There are testing, vaccine, and Washington State, New York City, where citizens are returning to the U.S. and California is growing in contaminant. By Canadian G, be safe to you, to love. I'm fully satisfied if you are able to do videos from your home area during this crisis. No problem. It is what it is, and we are going to get through this. Bye, Canadian gal Tammy. Hey, Franco. Hey, AJ Rowe. How are you? Man, am I really far down? No, I'm not. Schools in Georgia are closed to people from home. Just keep going what you're doing. Stay away from California, New York, and Washington and Florida. I think it's up to around 2,000. Oh my God. This is Jesus. It may be more now. That's just what I heard earlier. What you have going for you is your appeal goes beyond your adventures. I'm sure you could do videos from your house. Well, Kelly D, if I do videos, one thing, my biggest nightmare is that I don't want to ever create a boring video, and there's only so much I could do in my house. I do my videos a lot differently than a lot of other YouTubers. I kind of wanted to, I really like this whole adventure thing and it's scary because if I think of me doing my content at my house, I don't know if I could try to be creative at the house. I don't know if I should do how-to videos until this whole thing passes by, or I know one time I mentioned trying to do a scary horror game thing where I put on an Oculus Rift and I'm in a horror game and seeing how that goes, and everyone freaked out. No, I don't want you turning into a gaming channel. I'm like, that makes sense. I don't want to be a gaming channel either. But hell, what the hell do I do? Cooking videos? I don't even cook. Like, I'm sorry. I just all bars and restaurants, movie theaters are closed, takeout only. Oh my God. A doctor working in Italy said that they are having to decide who gets the ventilators and who doesn't because they don't have enough. Basically decides who lives and who dies. It's really sad. I thought that this was only affecting a certain age group, because from what I was hearing that from what our president said, he was saying that if you're around as long as you're not 1, 2, or 3, after that and up to 50s, you're okay. But after you pass the 50s, your immune system will have problems, and it could be a problem. Is that true? I don't really keep. I'd rather you guys tell me. I believe you guys more. Down here, it's usually supermarket open. Cooking adventures. No, I'm not doing a cooking channel. I was totally kidding. That's not happening. And immune compromised, but younger people can be carriers. Oh, I see what you're saying. Can you get to the Smoky Mountains? Could I get to the Smoky Mountains? I feel like that's like the last place of survival is the top of the Smoky Mountain. I'm gonna keep reading. Can you? It depends on your health and immune system. It's elderly people and people with pre-existing medical conditions. A 93-year-old survived some, where I heard. Really? People who are at 70 and have health issues are most at risk. A lot of young people have other health problems that puts them at risk. A huge problem in countries where they have a lot of air pollution or where they smoke a lot. Well, dang it. See, I feel like I kind of hit like a big barrier here. Like, how do I proceed from here? Well, I am going to talk to my parents. I'm going to talk to them and see what the hell I should do. Tom Hanks survives too. Well, he's famous, so he might get special treatment. I don't know. I always felt like the more famous people are, the more likely that they will get like the hookups or whatever, because I don't know if you guys ever heard that. It's very different in other countries. I love unsolved mystery cases. Me too. I like that. Maybe do seances at home, maybe just secure the cash flow. I could never ever be one of those. I just cannot. Just to secure the cash. I just thought of like 20 different people. The first doctor who sounded the alarm about the virus was only 32. That's right. I remember that. Wow, he was 32 years old. Well, I'm screwed. Oh. As long as you're healthy and you practice a good hygiene, you should be fine. Franco TV Home Improvement Adventures. What's up, guys? Like, you know how like my views are just gonna shrink. It's just gonna like. It's me too, Brittany. I have an immune disease. I'm not leaving the house either. Don't leave the house, Christine. Just stay home. God. Well, I might as well just stay in this graveyard right here, just not leave anywhere. Where are you tonight, Franco? Right now, I'm in Chicago. I am in Chicago. There's these other graveyards that I was trying to get to, but they're closed at 5. So I'm trying to wait till tomorrow. And I think there's a car in here. No, it's not in here. And right now, this is where I'm at. Just stay in the cemetery. Yeah, I am. I'm glad I already finished the video with Justin, so I don't be in the hotel. Had I thought about this more, I probably would have rethought of that hotel in Queensland for getting better. But it's first class treatment all the way. Franco TV Handyman channel doing some repair videos. Handyman videos. That would be awesome. Well, shit, I don't even know. Like, my whole life, I've been surrounding myself doing videos. Sorry it's a little dark. Because I'm trying to watch my surroundings. I don't want anybody else. This whole Chicago smells like pure marijuana. I don't know if you guys ever been to Chicago, but I know it's legal here, but oh my God, I smell it everywhere I go. Has it now too. Idris Abdullah has it now too. Probably. Just popping in some ideas for you. My job was me being an engineer or whatever, and fixing light bulbs and ballast. I should have just recorded that. Had some. Maybe I could do some. I don't want to do drone flight videos. If it ever came to that, where Franco TV has to stay home, and this is like a whole big issue, would you guys be okay? Well, I feel like this is a question I should ask on a public live stream too, because there's a ton of other people that oh God. I still feel like the best idea for me is to go to Virginia and just stay there. Because if worst case comes to worst, Virginia, it's like, you know what I mean? My safety's more at safe, drawing. Do my mom videos where I just sit there drawing. Yeah, stay in Virginia. I like that idea the best. Because if I go to Florida, I feel like I'm putting myself more at risk. No, I agree. I agree. I like, I'm not scared about the whole situation with the virus. I understand it. I get it. I know what's going on. I'm just in that position too. Have you guys ever been, I'm sure a lot of you could relate. Let me put it in like for your guys' scenario. Have you ever had something in your life that you cared about so deeply that you surround your entire life by doing it? And you're not saying that I'm willing to take every risk, because I'm not. There's certain things I will not do, and there's certain things I won't do, because my health always comes first. But you finally surround your life with this dream of being able to explore and doing all these crazy videos and having a lot of fun doing them, and having a massive, yeah, see, yes, we get it. And then this pops up, and it's hard to make these decisions so quick. These decisions that you're asking me is gonna take me some time to reflect on, because oh my God, my whole life just changed within these couple of weeks. I've never felt so free before. And so, geez, like today, for instance, I wanted to take a day off, and I was like, this is perfect. I'd rather just do another video, because I'm having so much fun doing it. But it's just a few weeks, maybe a month. You can write it out. We're not going anywhere. Sending you some love, and you're right. I agree. I'm pretty sure this is all gonna go by. And that's why I'm concerned about it, but I'm not worried about it, because I feel like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay, because I definitely I'm very cautious with everything that I do. I'm actually trying to I want to start jogging more. I want to get back into my 100% shape that I used to be back in the day. If you look at my videos and you go to the very past, man, I was a hunk. Now I'm getting this thing here. I don't know where this is coming from. I think it was 6 months. And it's just got to go away. So I realized it today, because I went to put my shoe on. I'm trying to tie it up, and I was out of breath. I was like, whoa, wait a second. This is not how this is going to start. You are going away. I've heard this happens at the time you start passing 21 and up. You start noticing different things happening in your life. This will not be one of them. I need to start jogging and getting that blood kicking. It's kind of why I'm in the graveyard right now. But run, dude. We know how it's got wings and fly. Now they might be clipped. Just check on your mom and dad. Definitely will. I will definitely check. I talk to them every day. Actually, I just got off the phone with them. Oh my God. It's like to fold a bowling ball. How drunk lemons with water. You're gonna be and lose weight fast. Wait, just drink lemons with water every day when you wake up, and you're gonna lose weight fast. I'm actually gonna try that. I'm looking at everything in the book, because yeah, I wish I could turn the camera with this, but I can't. Scroll down. Decide for you. I'm sure the majority of you are happy with that. I listen, Kathy. I'm definitely going to take the safest route. Well, the most safe route where it doesn't impede too much, but also keeps me safe. If that makes sense. Or what you're doing. Thank you, Sarah. I'm behind you whenever you do. Without sugar. Just lemons and water. That's it. Without sugar. Okay, so, and Wendy, I know, Katrina, I really, wait. I really feel for him. Can someone tell Frank's future? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing it. Stop. I'm trying to keep this on a positive environment. I completely get and understand what's going on. Completely. Like I said, I'm going to be taking huge amount of caution. I'm going to Virginia. There's no cases in Virginia yet. But once things start stirring out of the pot, if I have to stay in a hotel and stay there till this whole thing ordeal passes, then so be it. I'll do that. But if I'm in Virginia, I should be technically safe. Right now, I'm here in Chicago. I think there's like 23 victims, probably more. If they say there's 23, in my head there's 40. Just the rest of the 20 are slowly getting those symptoms. My contact with people, in fact, I have less contact with anyone. Go to the forest. Man, naked and afraid, right in the forest, and just live off the land. Franco, you rock. I love your Franco family. Thank you. That's right. You should be safe in Virginia. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll try to see if I can start making my way to Virginia, and I think I'm gonna do 2 days here in Chicago. If not 2 days, probably 1 day. See if I can get a good video out of these mausoleums. And then from those videos, that should buy me enough time to get to Virginia. And at the same time, I'm hoping that's not a cop. Because I'm definitely not supposed to be parking where I'm at. I just did it so I could see it. Okay, so you're at 30 now, right? I hate to tell you, but it starts going downhill at 30. Oh yeah, I noticed that. I got this increasingly... My stomach is driving me nuts. Like I barely eat well. No, I do eat. I feel more hungry than what I used to feel before. And I get tired easily. And I don't know what's going on. And yeah, I gotta definitely start taking more care. Oh, I'm not putting myself at risk. I here where I'm at, I'm gonna be in a graveyard. And I'm trying to see if I could probably camp out in a graveyard in my car and just chill here, do the video tomorrow in a mausoleum. Nobody goes to these mausoleums. I go there by myself. Well, I'm sure people visit, but not a lot of people visit. And less now more than ever, because who's going to come over to a mausoleum at this kind of time? And then from there, drive to Virginia. And then we'll hold it out there, and I'll do my videos there saying how everything is going and keep you guys updated. I am well and truly in the bottom of that hill. In the bottom of that hill. I missed what hill we're talking about. Let me park myself over here. This is a small graveyard. I thought it would be bigger. Oh my God, it is so cold outside. There we go. I agree with Thomas. Yes, go to Virginia to the old age hill. Oh, don't say that. Personally, I feel like get yourself to Virginia. I feel that I always felt like life was just like this small little moment that to us people we feel like a whole lifetime is a long time, which it really isn't to me. And I feel like has anybody ever read the book The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I don't know if you guys ever read that book. I'll leave it to you. See, I'm not getting a single cop. No, Wendy, don't you tempt me like that, Wendy. Did you really read that book? I know I got a couple of no's in there. Okay, Wendy, I got to test you on it because that book changed my life. Who was, I know the young guy, but what was the name of the guy that the young guy went to talk to? No, it wasn't Franco. That was Francoholics. No. Don't look it up, Wendy. You're cheating. Oh, God, years ago. I don't remember. Okay. It was years ago. Well, that book changed my life. Oh, my God. Do I follow it? No, I don't follow it 100%, but I do try now more than ever. Um, and it was Socrates. Remember Socrates, the old man that the boy was talking to, and then he was like on top of the gas station or whatever? Well, if you guys like to read books, I used to actually not like to read books, but then one day my doctor prescribed me Adderall, and all of a sudden I wanted to be the biggest bookworm. But I read that book and highlighted so much stuff in that book. It was amazing. And I even cried at the end of the book. When you gonna get a girlfriend? When am I gonna get a girlfriend? I don't have time for a girlfriend. I am literally traveling, and I don't. I can't. I like my life. I like the free life. I like to just. I don't know. I'm a weird dude. I hang around in graveyards. I spent more time in my life being in graveyards than I do with social environments. And I'm not even lying. Oh, not that weird, dude. I'm just. Listen. Take it easy on me. It's kind of a must read for people in movie profession. I agree. I think everyone should read that book. That book's amazing. I know that was way out of field. That threw me way off. I got a new puppy, so I have to be able to keep up with her. I love books. Well, that is one of the best books that I've ever read. I even read other books from the original author, but nothing compared to that one first book with Socrates and that one guy. Anyone read the book American Gods? I haven't. I haven't read a book since. I think I've read the books that I have read, because I have like a little library in my room. I've read Way of a Peaceful Warrior. I've read Mind Control, The Art of Psychological Warfare. They're really like psychological books. Why I read psychological books, I have no idea. But what I learned the most, because I used to always feel like people were a threat until I realized that this is from the books that I've read, but the biggest threat you're ever going to face is yourself. And that's when I realized if there is no enemy within, there's no enemy without. It's kind of like a Tao type of environment. Yes, a girl that you love and care about. I have a cat, and her name is Lindsay, and I love the hell out of that cat. Maybe you are a deep thinker. I definitely used to be. Now I just feel like I have blank spots in my mind. Like sometimes I'm driving and then my mind will go blank. But I do know that a lot of my attention goes to when I'm editing the videos, and I've become increasingly addicted to editing. When I finished editing, like the last video, I was so happy that I posted it and it was done. But now the next day, it's like I need to edit something. It's so weird. It's like Sudoku, just to keep your mind going and active. But yeah, Fran and Frank TV. You're a Franco. It's a love cemetery. Love them too. I am a cemetery photographer. Jacqueline, I am in love with cemeteries. I like the fact that it's a very weird thought to think that, I guess, like very Hindu monks. I'm getting into a topic that I don't ever get into with my videos, but this is different because this is you guys. But there's like these there was stories that I read that Hindu monks would not fear death, and so they would go to the cemeteries and they would meditate at cemeteries, and meditate on the idea of death, and they would try to, in their mind, die in the moment, not literally. This is all metaphorically, but they would try to die in their minds, so that way, if death comes for them, there is no one there to take, because they already live like they're already dead. They live without fear. They live without, you see where that's going? They live with the freedom of movement and without fear. And it's very, very, very beautiful way of, well, the way I see it, I think that's a very beautiful way of seeing it. Kind of taking away all your walls and to be fully free to think without any regulations of how you should think. It just made me feel more of a free-spirited person, I guess. I don't know. I could be terribly wrong with what I'm saying. And what is you matches? I don't know what that means. Me too. They are packed with history and beauty. They are. I feel like there's so many. At the end, and this is why I don't like people that have high egos. People that think too highly of themselves. They annoy me because it's just like we're all freaking equal. And I even was talking to this about Visually Creeped, because when I was talking, and this is between us, you and me, us, okay? Let's try not to leave this conversation. But I remember talking to him about yesterday. It's like, listen, dude, right now I'm just as equal as you are. There's no such thing as higher and lower. That's just an idea. You and me, we're friends now, and we're gonna do a great video. I want to help you out as much as I can. I don't want you to ever feel that you're gonna upset me or anger me, bro. We're all human. I completely get it, because I know how it is. Because there's other people that you work with that may not have the same idea, and I don't want to ever come off that way because I know how it feels. And so that's what I told him. And after that, we clicked like old best friends. And I've never met the guy before, but yeah, we clicked pretty well. What is your sign? I'm an Aquarius, so I flow like water. I'm a water Pokemon. Me too. They are packed with history and beauties. And what is your matches? I love the angels and the mausoleums. I love it too. Yeah, I love it too. Way cool living in the mountains. And I agree, they are way cooler living in the mountains. Yes. You are wise beyond your years, Franco. I am young and dumb. I say that because there was another cool little Dow thing where they said to be old and wise you must be young and stupid, and then there was another Dow thing that says you can never say that you're that. You always have to, because it's like the ego. The ego is one tricky little pain in the butt, and it's really quick for your ego to get the best of you sometimes, and you won't even see it. This thing happens so subconscious, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm over here. Oh, excuse my French, but oh crap, I said that, and or I'm acting this way, and oh, it's a pain in the butt. I just saw on the news, and the WVA are under a state of emergency. The WVA, World. Can you, what does the WVA stand for? I am so sorry, but I am not, I'm like a hippie in the forest without the drugs. Yet. No, I'm just kidding, just without the drugs. It shows you love what you do. I do. I do love what I do, to the point where if I was, not saying regarding our current situation, but if something was to happen to me, not trying to say that something will, I am happy for where I have gotten to, and I have done what not many people can do, and I feel happy and accomplished. And so therefore I don't fear, not regarding the current crisis, again, I'm just saying how I feel internally. I feel like I'm beyond grateful. And yeah. Oh yeah, I'm an air sign. That's what Aquarius is. Because they always have the lady pouring in the pot for the Aquarius. And I always saw that as a water Pokemon. Never mind, then I'm probably air, so I'm adaptable. I'm like Bruce Lee. I, Wendy, am I still awesome if I'm an air person, or would you prefer me a water person? I like the air part. Water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpios. Well, Scorpios are pretty tough. That I know. Be the water, Franco. Be the water, Franco. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Be like water. You remember how Bruce Lee would say it? I think that's why I say water, because of Bruce Lee. He's like, be like water, my friend. Be warm, formless, shapeless, like a teapot. But you put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. You put it into a pot. You remember when he said that? I have a Bruce Lee book too, of quotes and stuff. Uh, Wait, I know Franco TV's dating adventures. I have a love hate that I have a love hate relationship with adventures. This is true. Good night, y'all. Love you and thanks for the stream, Franco. I'm sorry I talked about the virus, but I want to be safe. I want you to be. No, that Brittany. I don't hold that against you, honey. I appreciate that. It's good to have awareness of that, Brittany, and I will definitely keep you guys updated and be as safe as I can possible, Brittany. But thank you so much and have a good night if you are going to sleep. Virginia and West Virginia. Bruce Lee. Good night, Brittany. When I die, I'm planning to have a full-scale pyramid with a rotating neon sign on top with my name, and it will be public and always open for you to paranormal explore. I promise. To Rattles my that would be fantastic, Thomas. That would be really cool. But that is going to be one hell of an expensive tomb, I'm telling you. To have that fully functional, Desirada, a poem. You're a humble, compassionate old soul. I have been told that. That I have been told of. I am definitely an old soul. And I agree. I agree to it because I can see why people would say that. But yeah, that is not the first time hearing that I'm an old soul. I guess that's a good thing, right? Because I guess like there's a theology to that too, I think. Because they said that you lived many lives before in this life that you partake. If my mom's watching this, she's going to be like, how do you know that? You're supposed to be Christian. I'm like, Mom, relax. I just was thinking outside the box. I'm sorry. But it doesn't hurt to just know. I was just reading about it. But yeah, I was, you live many times or whatever, and then something, yeah, I might be not saying that right, but time to go camping. Good night, Brittany. Stay well and be blessed. That's why the spirits like you. I wouldn't, that's probably true. 1 second, just heard a voice. Okay, cool. Car safe. Just we gotta check on the car. Thank you, Kelly. Y'all stay safe, please. You too, Caprina. I'm a Scorpio. Oh, Christine, I don't want to get you upset. No, I'm just kidding. Who do I know that's a Scorpio? I know this one girl that my friend used to date, and she was a Scorpio. But she wasn't that bad. That's just what they always say about Scorpios, but every sign is awesome. Yes. Night, Brittany. Yes, please do. Hey, on your travels, have you ever checked out a Gravity Hill? Yes, I heard of Gravity Hills, where you get to stand in the room and you go like that, and you get to balance awkwardly or whatever. I wanted to check that out, and I think that's not too far. Is that in Georgia, or is that in Tennessee? One of those places. I have to check that out. I can't do it now because there's a lot of people that are probably traveling there, or it's probably closed. But come to Colorado Springs, Franco. When I die, I want to just be left where I fall. For all eternity, hopefully I die at Arby's or something. I saw this one thing where it said that when I die, I want to go with the wind and go over to the seas. You could throw me wherever you want, and hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll land in somebody's sandwich. There's these really funny quotes, and believe it or not, those are Tao quotes to kind of not be fearful of death. Yes, being an old soul is a good thing. Yes, an old soul has gained wisdom and learned their life's lessons. I'm still learning. I still have a lot to learn. Never regret pursuing happiness or being who you are. Am I really far back? No, I'm not. Okay. Yes, beautiful, said Wendy. And I agree with you, Wendy. That is. Oh, wait. A young soul is someone who's stuck on their karmic path. I don't know what karmic path means. I am a Gemini. Gemini sound cool. I don't know the what the astrology sign is. I'm not an expert of that. All I know is that Aquarius are just kind of like, they're very free spirited kind of individuals. I am a Gemini. Caprina, I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra. Oh, I get along with Libras. That I know for a fact. Aquarius and Libras get along perfectly, actually. So it's good to know that Frankaholic fans is a Libra. My sis is a Scorpio. Oh, that's cool. Karma is the lessons you should be learning here. I completely agree. Karma is the lessons. But what was the other thing you said? I wanted to know about, I believe you said it right here. Oh, you meant karma, who's stuck on their karma path. Maybe is karmic another word for karma, or was it supposed to be karma? Does that make sense? I'm a tourist. I'm a mud. I'm Hispanic. No, that's me. I'm Italian. You talking to me? It's a sign of the twins. Gemini is a sign of the twins. My boyfriend and I are both Gemini. Does that? Oh, let me make sure. Okay, there we go. Gemini. Does that mean there are 4 of us in a relationship? We got a pretty big relationship here, okay? I don't know what's going on. Wendy, yes, Carmack. Okay, cool. So that I learned something new. I did not even know that. So told you I got a lot to learn. I feel like the temperature completely dramatically dropped out here. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Laugh out loud. I'm a Virgo, Taurus, Moon, Scorpio, rising. Yeah. I can't, and it sucks because I can't have those conversations with my family because it's you know, they're very cultured, and I have to keep that. I do talk about it with Lindsay a lot, actually. Lindsay being my cat, she's a good listener. I'm a Franco fan. I'm a Franco fiend. That's good. I don't know if that's something to be excited about, but I'm freezing. Oh man. Oh, so you guys have any questions for me besides what we've already talked about? Maybe, Franco, you're going to freeze to death. Why don't you warm up in the car? Because I hate talking in the car. Every time I'm on the phone, I have to get out of the car and just walk around and feel like I could move around and stuff. Like I'm in a big bathtub. It's weird. Lewisburg, West Virginia is charming in town and has paranormal activity. Definitely down to check that out. Good night, Franco and peeps. Metal Militia. Hey, Metal, I didn't even know you were here. Thank you for being a part of us, buddy. I appreciate it. I love you, and have a sweet night. Lewisburg, so your next video is going to be in a cemetery. That's awesome. Yeah, that's where we originated, baby. But I'm trying to get a good cemetery. I want to get one that is creepy as hell. That's the one that I'm looking at with the mausoleum. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a daytime video. But it's still an awesome cemetery, so I think that's awesome. Good night, Metal Militia. It's not healthy, damn it. It's not healthy. What's not healthy? It's very sweet. Have you tried those electric heater pants? USB charging? I am not surprised that exists, to be honest with you. I never thought about it. You still catch good stuff during the day. Wendy, I catch a lot of stuff during the day, but I feel like a lot of the viewers like it at night. it's just like, you know, the same things that happen at night also happen during the daytime, but I feel like that's where the suspense is a lot higher too for other viewers, because they feel like, oh my god, Frank's in the dark in this creepy graveyard by himself, which it's kind of the same thing during the daytime, but just a lot creepier at night. I think that's the biggest change there, is the creepiness. It's just creepy at night. Being out in the cold isn't healthy. From Wisconsin, I know these things. Oh, you're totally right. I feel, I don't feel that cold. It's cold. I'm freezing. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm actually freezing. But I love the cold. It feels so good. It feels like I just, you don't understand. You know how many times I'm in the graveyard, I'm going through clothes like crazy because it's so hot? Oh my god. Where you always edit your videos? In a graveyard. No, I edit my videos. When I used to work at my other job, I would edit them in the car. Then after the car, I started editing at McDonald's, which it's been like an everyday thing since then. I've been editing a lot in McDonald's. And then sometimes I'll edit it in the car. And I changed my intro up too. Now my intro for Franco TV looks awesome. Like, it looks so cool. I completely changed everything on it. Well, the sounds effects and some of the glitchiness and stuff. I just like your vids. I don't care if it's daytime. Oh, thank you. The spirits are always around. Seen the plenty of times in the middle of the day. I agree. I think I could see them more easily during the daytime, or not see them, but for me, Wendy, it's a little bit weird for me. I get it a lot during the daytime because I always feel like somebody's around. Like, even right now that I'm here, I'm standing here, but there's times where I feel like somebody's standing next to me. And the thing is, in my head, I'm not surprised if somebody is actually standing. I'm in a graveyard. I mean, not just a graveyard, but anywhere. It doesn't even have to be a graveyard. But I just choose graveyards because it's quiet, it's beautiful, it's serene, and there's a lot of history here. And who knows? Maybe there are people here that like to be where they're at. I know that if I passed away and if I'm aware that I'm in this realm, I wouldn't be surprised I would still find myself walking around in a graveyard. It's the most peaceful place. It's the beauty behind the darkness that not a lot of people get to realize. Much better than a park. But I get the creepy at night vibe. I like the creepy at night vibe. I think that's going to be a part of me since forever. Franco, who's Papi Chulo TV? Okay, so Papi Chulo, that's not his name. That was something that I was talking with some friends about it, and I was joking around saying Papi Chulo TV and saying that I wonder if I should do a collab with him. This is before I got to know him, which I am going to be doing a collab with him, probably a little bit after this whole thing dies down with the virus. But his name is Lego Papi TV. I just joked around saying Lego Papi Chulo TV, and it was the worst thing I've ever done because now it's in my head as Lego Papi Chulo TV, and it's not that. And I don't want him to think that I'm disrespecting his name because I'm not. I got stuck saying that. Shame on me for doing that. Now you're talking like a psychic. I don't know if my mom is watching. I cannot comment. Check out the wing store in the Comb at the end. The warming store at the... Okay. I would probably... Well, I'm scared to go into any stores, Kelly. How it is now, I just kind of want to stay in my car, have as least... Like, I'm grabbing napkins from the gas station. I'm grabbing the gas pump, putting it into the gas pump, touching everything with the napkin. I'm not even touching anything. I'm sure you're very psyched. I have to be in the right mindset, and I feel it's weird. It's very weird. It's a very open topic because it could go so many ways. Have you ever heard of, I'm pretty sure you have, Wendy, but something that happened to me a long time ago. In fact, I feel like I was more open at the time of reading The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, where this one time I had I think it's called astral projection, and I was recovering from a bad sunburn, and I was in my bed, and I couldn't move because my whole body. This is why I hate the sun. I can't stand Florida. I had such a bad sunburn. I had bubbles on my arms, so I couldn't move, and so I stayed on my bed and I just kept quiet, and I was just laying there and just, I don't even know if I was trying to fall asleep or not, but that was the first time I ever had what is called as an astral projection. And I felt my body completely just go up out of my room. Yeah, it went up right out of my room, and I felt like when you're on an elevator and you feel the elevator going up and your body going down. That's what I felt, except my body stayed behind, and it was the weirdest feeling I have ever felt. That to me was so odd. And so I went, but when I was going to, like, I guess to feel the ceiling, or what you would think would be the ceiling, it got dark, and then I was in a train station, but in a dark abandoned train station. So when I would look around, there was like a bit of a light coming in from outside, and it was this big open room, and then there was these two dark tunnels and like a subway station, but it was just empty. No lights were on. It was just dark, and there was a bench, two benches inside the rail. It was such a surreal, and I felt so free and open, and I knew I wasn't sleeping. I was consciously aware of what was going on, but I was also having fun because I was flying. I was going in this big subway station, and then I met someone. I don't even know who she was, but she came to me. She looked at me. She was like, whatever you do. No, she said, this is awesome, isn't it? And this is, whatever you do, don't think about, I guess she said, I don't want to say she said don't think about your body, but she said don't think about what's going on or whatever. And that's exactly what I thought about. And I just instantly went right back into I woke back up. And that was the first time I've astral projected. Sorry if that took a while. It was a long story. Yes, a meditative mindset. It doesn't matter if it's day or nighttime filming. Your Instagram, you had to pick up with Franco TV Adventures. What was that like? Your Instagram, you had a pic with Franco TV Adventures. What was that like? What do you mean? Your Instagram. You had to, I don't know what you mean by that one. Awake at Night. In your Instagram, you had a pic with Frank TV Adventures. What was that like? Frank, my friend told me your future. She said you were going to be successful in life. You're gonna feel love with someone that you love a lot, and you're gonna explore forever. She told me. Thank you, Francoholics. That you're gonna be a bigger YouTuber. I'm not. I'm perfectly fine being where I'm at. If that happens, then hey, that's awesome, But right now, I'm so excited, and I'm happy where I'm at right now. You are very open with the practice, and you can do it as well, at will, every night at your sleep. At our sleep state, we're all astral projecting. I love the shared. I have to share it. Sorry. Oh, it's okay, brother. I saw it coming. I opened myself up to it. Frank, either it's snowing or you have a bad case of dandruff. Oh, it's actually raining, and there's raindrops in my hair. See? I think it's raindrops. Definitely not dandruff. I took an awesome shower with that hotel that I had at that place yesterday. Frank, either it's Wendy, back to what you were saying. There was this other time too. I was at a graveyard, right? And I got out of work early, and I parked my car at this graveyard, my old graveyard, the one that I actually used to hang around with a lot in Florida. And I parked my car, and I was sitting there, and I was listening to Alan Watts. Have you heard of Alan Watts? Has anyone heard of Alan Watts? Because Alan Watts is one of my favorite philosophers of all time. Alan Watts, and then I guess a little bit of Carl Sagan. What? Oh my God! You have to listen to Alan Watts. He is so cool. Just when he talks about this guy. Oh my! And the thing is, the guy is literally a handful of dust. He passed away a long time ago, but he has this. He actually also helped a lot with how I kind of think a lot. Not saying that you guys should ever try to change the way you think, or at all. But if you're ever curious about something, or curious about just thinking about something, Alan Watts is the man. Like, this guy is awesome, and he passed away a long time ago. Um, Literally, like, he's way older than my grandmother, and she already passed away. But but yeah, just yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Alan Watts quotes or whatever, or his talks, is just phenomenal. I honestly think there is something following you. It happens in a while back, and it's a mausoleum in Florida. Yes, I believe that there is something following me as well. I think sometimes it might be many things. Sometimes it could be a couple of things. You have to also understand, I'm always playing in that field. I'm playing in the field of, I'm opening myself up to things to happen. And not only that, I'm opening up myself to that, I'm also inviting them. Like, pretty much, I'm allowing it to happen, and I'm acknowledging it. And when you acknowledge it, you increase the possibilities of it happening even more. Do you listen to Gregory Nori? No, I haven't heard of him before, but I should check him out, and I will check it out as soon as I finish with this live stream. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join its dance. This is my favorite quote. I love that quote. That's a really nice one. I like that one a lot. Franco the Frosty. Always ask for your angel's protections. Will do, Wendy. Yeah, I definitely will. It was a puff of smoke inside of the mausoleum. I've been to so many mausoleums. I don't recall too much. It's for Alan Watts. Makes sense out of changes to plunge into it. Oh, you probably looked it up. My favorite one from Alan Watts is, he talks a lot about death, but oh snap, video is above. Visually Creep just messaged me. You guys want to hear what he wrote? Oh snap, video is above the averages. Hell yeah. Good for you, man. Good for you. I'm happy for him. I'm glad. I know how the feeling is when you see something that people actually like. You're loved by your local spirits. I wonder if now that you're traveling, you'll meet new spirits. They're like, who is this guy? Some crazy guy that likes doing what he's doing. Where you saw the black shadow. Oh, you're talking about Night of Memories. I have that video. I just have it on private because that place is actually closed at a certain time, and I didn't know that. Visually Creepy is the best. He's awesome, man. The guy's really trying his hardest. And let alone, he paid for that hotel. Because I wasn't going to pay for the hotel. I was like, dude, I can't. That's too expensive. I'm living in the car right now. I'm trying to save as much as I can to make this work. He's like, bro, I'll consider this an investment. That's literally what he told me. I'll consider this an investment. And he got the hotel. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I respect that so much. I've spent almost all my money on my equipment. Spirit Follows Followers is a YouTube paying you for them. Wait, what? Spirit Followers is YouTube paying you for them to what? See, I just had it again too. I heard. Trying to see if it's my jacket. I don't even have a pocket in that one. I have it on this one. Trying to see what made that noise. 2. That was really nice of Justin. Justin's the man. I wanted to tell everyone on the video that he did that, but he was like, no, don't do that. Just say I locked in the hotel, and everything. Now it's starting to rain a little bit more. I always listen to your videos with headphones on. I can hear so much stuff and voices. I actually recently, I've never... I have before, but sometimes I don't have the ability to put my headphones on if I don't have them and I need to edit quick. But recently I've been using my headphones, and oh my god, you can hear a lot of stuff. a lot of stuff, especially things that I didn't hear in the video. We should all sub him as our way of payment for his hotel. I'm sure he would appreciate that. You have almost 94,000 followers now. I find that ridiculously hard to believe. I don't know how the hell I got. Jesus. I'm very grateful for that. But to me, that's still shocking when I think about it. How come they didn't let you video more in the hotel? Because security just didn't let me. Security. I'm pretty sure that's the airplane. But security was on our butts 24/7. They were like, Maggie lovers, where's she at? I don't know. I gave her the link for this live stream. But I'm kind of happy she's not here because she probably would have been texting me. He's like, you don't do that. Don't tell me you do this. I know how my mom is. Go in the car. Don't want you to get sick. It's like it's drizzling. See, I could show it to you guys. See the raindrops? Kind of. Or maybe there. Whatever. It's not that bad. But it starts getting that bad. We start walking a little bit more. I still can't believe I'm in Chicago. I remember when I've been asking you guys that I can't wait to do this full time. And here I am. I'm doing it full time. You got this because you're great. Thank you. I appreciate that, Wendy. Love the church. Oh, I love the church too. I wanted to keep exploring, but they had a lot of locked doors. But I think there's an underground tunnel that goes in there. Do you have a link or somewhere for Justin's channel? Cool. Cute Alien. There you go. Damn, you are on point, Cute Alien. She just gave you that link. It's right there. This is Justin's channel. Hey, where I live, Tel's used to hunting has positive things and trying to hide in it. Thank you, Cute Alien. Awesome. Trying to get back into the car. I think I'm starting to really get cold now. There we go. Oh. Oh. Whew. That is so much more better. Let me get off this hilltop here. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks like outside. There we go. Stupid light blinking. There we are. And there we go. Let's go over here. See, this is more likely where I'm at. I want to show you guys more mausoleums, but this is the only graveyard that's open, and unfortunately it doesn't have enough, that many mausoleums here. Good night, Scotty Two Socks. Did anyone notice movement in the left when the tablecloth blew the Gothic and oh yes, I noticed that. At first I thought maybe that was the 8. Honestly, that was weird. That was not normal. That to me was probably paranormal. I didn't notice it until I was editing the videos. I'm like, holy crap. And then I saw the weird shadow peeking. Which I don't know if that might have been my shadow for the reflection, but it looked really dark. So, yeah, if you look at that video very closely, you see it. Had I seen that little black figure, I only saw it after I only saw it after I read the comments about it. But had I seen it earlier, I would have zoomed in on that as well. Hi, Franco. You look so happy. Love you. Oh, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. I am definitely very happy. That was amazing. That was creepy. Wendy, I think it's amazing when things move, but when you visually see something, it's hard. I've had times where you see things and you feel at peace. I even had time where one of my hands froze up when it was really hot, and it was actually very peaceful. But But sometimes when you see things too, it's creepy. Hold on, I gotta put my seatbelt on. Give me a second. Oh, come on, get on. There we go. There you go. See if I missed anyone. You look so happy, and all Frankaholics are so happy for you. Hey, I could not have done it without you guys. There's no way in heck this would have been possible. And I'm glad that you guys are helping me out here on Patreon. But also, I'm kind of happy too because it's easy for me to contact with you guys, just you guys. Because it's hard for me to know you guys. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm doing a public live stream because there's just so many people. I'm talking to everyone at once. I'm still astounded by the old lady that was a great catch. Wendy, like, there's a part of me that I'm still concerned whether that was an actual person or not. Even though I couldn't find her after that, that was so weird. That was so creepy. But I think it's amazing. Look at that. It's actually raining pretty bad now. Look, I got back in the car. Let me ask you. Okay. What was the most scary situation that you have off the cameras? Ooh, that's a really good one. My most scary situation. I'm just going to be driving in the graveyard. I'll turn the camera around. There we go. My most scariest situation that I have had off camera. There was this hotel that I visited. I actually did a video there, but there was this one time I went there because that place is so active that I had some of my friends that didn't believe me, and I took them there, and they went in, and there was a time where you could hear people walking up the staircase, and I felt that somebody was going to be going up the staircase. In fact, I thought people were coming up the staircase. Nobody was evident, let alone that there was another time where we walked into one of the rooms and there was a bang on the window upon asking for a noise on the window. That was another one. Now, something without... Yeah, the shadow was spooky. No, it was a spirit. You know what, Wendy? Since I could never find it or find any information about that woman nor seen her again, I completely believe that it might have been as well. Another scary story is when I was a kid. So my friend, you guys still with me? I'm sorry, I got a phone call. Remember the woman sitting inside the mausoleum room like a mourning lady? But that's exactly the lady that Wendy's talking about. That's exactly, she looked inside and it was empty. Oh no, that's not the one. You're talking about the one that was featured on Nukes. And I think yes, I know which one you're talking about. That one was another creepy one too. And it looked like a face. But what was weird is that one for me didn't look like a face. It looked like hair. Believe it or not. It was really stringy and reflective as I was getting up closer to it. That was also another creepy one as well. But that happened on camera. But that was very spooky as well. I had a little boy at a graveyard also tell me hello in a graveyard when I was looking for ghosts before I even started my channel. Because I spent a lot of time in graveyards. My whole life, I spent mostly in graveyards, believe it or not. What happened in your parents' house? Oh yeah, good. I completely got off topic. I was playing the drums in the back of the house, and I got tired of playing the drums, and I decided to turn it off the TV because I was practicing drum lessons. And when I turned off the TV, and I put the drumsticks on the drum set, and I moved my body towards the door as to walk out to leave, I saw what looked like, and I kid you not, this is what it looked like to me, a glowing mummy, which was very weird. It was glowing, and it had, like, you know when you wrap somebody up in toilet paper, but you know what the mummies are wrapped up in? It was like a glowing mummy that passed right by the door. I ran so fast when I saw that. I never played drums again in that back room. I think that's what ended that for me, because that was one of the scariest things I've ever seen. There was another time that I was at a park, and I had a lady put her hand on my shoulder. Well, I was exploring this park with a friend of mine, and we were walking, and as we were walking, my friend walked in front of me, and then someone else put their hand, I'm sorry, I'm just driving at the same time. Someone else went and put their hand on my shoulder. And my friend just walked in front of me. And I thought for a minute, I thought it was my friend, but it wasn't. But when I looked around, there was nobody there. But I felt what somebody felt like putting their hand on their shoulder. So that was another creepy experience. These are stories I haven't told anyone. And I'm kind of rushing through it because I don't want to be too long on each story. I should do a video where we just talk about stories or things that happen off camera. Hold on, I'm trying to plug my phone in so it's charging. There we go. Let me see. What's other comments here? What happened in your parents' house? That shrouded figure in 411 was really scary. That was a really solid figure. I thought it was actually someone inside the building. And I think it probably could have been somebody inside the building. But by the time I got to the front door, the door was closed. And yeah, that was something else. Great idea. Scary. That would be a great idea, right? We just talk about ghost figures or things that have happened. I had times where I've woken up at night. I know you guys asked me about stories of things that have happened to me, and I never get to elaborate on them because I have so many stories. Would you guys like me to continue telling you some more? Because I have a lot that I don't really ever get to talk about. And because my mom is not on this channel right now, so I don't want to let her know some of the things that have happened to me in the back. Okay, so I'll tell you another one. One time you know the whole thing that happened with the world. This isn't really a ghost. This is actually a dream that happened to me. I dreamt of the World Trade Centers, and this has happened to me when I was a child. I was really young. I dreamt the World Trade Centers going down before they actually went down, and it was weird. I'm going to get into detail how that dream went. I was walking in the city of New York, and no, I was at a park in the city of New York, and as I'm looking forward, there was a woman that put a baby into a basket, and as the lady put the baby into the basket, I'm behind the lady, and I'm seeing her. She puts the basket into the water with a baby. Now, this might mean something. I'm going to leave that to you guys because I don't really technically know what this means. But as she put the baby into the basket, I'm like, no. Remember, I'm young. I'm a child at this time. So I run into to where the lady put the baby in the basket, and I jumped into the ocean because it's like, you know where the Statue of Liberty is at? Kind of like one of those little piers. So I jumped into the water to grab the baby. When I went to jump into the water to grab the baby and I came back up, there was a whole war going on. There was gunfight. It almost looked like a movie from Pearl Harbor, where you see all the planes coming in, shooting in or whatever. So I grabbed the basket with the baby and I started running into the city after I came back up over the edge or whatever. I ran back into the city and I looked up, and the building, this is where it gets weird. The first building starts crumbling down, and it hits me, and I wake up. Right? That was the first dream. The second dream was the exact same thing. However, when I looked up, it wasn't the building to my left. It was now the building to my right. So I decided to go to the principal's office the very next day and tell my principal that I had this crazy dream, because I felt like, deep inside, I felt like it was something. I didn't know how real that was going to be, but nobody obviously believed me at all. That was creepy. Are you driving on the road? No, I'm driving in the cemetery. It's just driving around in a park. It's not dangerous. I'm literally there's everybody's gone already. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's a graveyard, so there's nobody here. You're psych. I don't know. I haven't had a dream like that too often. That was the only dream that I've ever had where I saw both. And I reported. I told the principals. I told everyone. I even told my mom. My mom was like, that's I cannot believe that you had that dream. And then, what was it, 2 years later, the World Trade Centers came crashing down. And that's when I really remembered that dream to its fullest because of that. Uh, what's another one? I had another. Let's see. I could tell you guys some scary dreams. I had some really weird dreams. There was a dreams where I woke up in a. I have really bad dreams sometimes. I don't dream of dreams at all for a while, but when I do, it gets really graphic. One dream I had, which this sucks because in this dream I saw my brother died. My brother, he's alive and well. You know my brother, but Carpac Matt. I was. It's hard to say this because I literally saw him dead in my dreams, which is crazy. I was in an ocean, or I was in what looked like an ocean, but when you stepped in the water wasn't that deep. So when you stood in it, it was like up to here, up to your like your waist area. And so I woke up and there was nothing but bodies in the water. And it's not just bodies, like gory bodies. Like there was limbs and creepy stuff just all over the place. And I saw my brother there, and I started. Ooh, that was a big bump. I started crying when I saw that. I was just crying. I could not stop crying because I couldn't believe I saw that. That to me was. So I got so scared, and I told my mom about it, and she was like, you know, no, that's not gonna happen. Don't ever say that. And we were kind of spooked out, but that never came to fruition. To see things too in my childhood, I was a man without a head walking toward. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Yes, love the stories. Yeah, I'll tell you guys one more. This is to end things up. Oh God, I thought, yo, you said the man without a head, and I thought I saw the man without a head. Man, you put that idea in my head. I'll tell you guys one more story. I had this dream one time, right? I want to make sure I put this on a positive note. So it's a weird dream. Well, you'll see. So I had this dream where I would fall asleep, and there would be this old woman. She would come up to me, and she would tell me, she was like, Frank, and I'm like, and I was a little kid. I would walk up to her, and she's like, I have news to tell you. Are you ready for these news? And I looked at the lady, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And she told me, she was like, Frank, your cat, because I had another cat back in the day. It's like, your cat's gonna die. And I'm like, no way. And then next thing you know, my other cat, old cat, dies of old age, right? And she passed away. And so then, and I told my mom about it, and I told my mom about the cat, and my mom was she was like, oh my God, that's crazy, or whatever. Then the next night I had another dream. Or the next couple of weeks, that died off. I had another dream, and I saw the old woman again. The old woman, she's covered with this black tarp around her head or whatever. Kind of like a Muslim thing, but not covering the face or anything. And so she comes back up to me, and she tells me, Frank, your turtle is gonna die. And next thing you know, well, she said my turtle, and then I had the dream again. She says, your aunt's gonna die. And then next thing you know, my aunt passes away for something in the hospital or whatever. And then the fourth, and I told my parents about it. And then the fourth dream I had, she goes to me, she says, Frank, your daddy's gonna die, or your dad is gonna pass away or whatever. And I freaked out, and I told my mom and dad that I had this dream, and my mom was like, no, don't ever say that. I can't believe you said that. Don't say that. Nothing's ever gonna happen. I will protect him with my life, yada yada yada. And my dad finally comes in after a week. He comes home, and now this guy looks like a piano just fell on top. He looks so tired and stressed out from the whole ordeal. And because you're waiting for a piano to fall on you because you had this dream. And my dad tells my mom, she's like, you have no idea the day that I have had. It has been one terrible day with this, thinking of this. And my mom tells my dad, you're telling me the milkman just died in front of the doorstep. It's a joke. I don't know if you guys caught that part. That's why I said I wanted to end it on a good note. You get it? The milkman. My mom. It was a stupid joke. I saw that from the movie Big Fish. And so, no wonder you're not afraid of La Llorona. When I heard that story, I'm like, I always wanted to share it. You guys are actually the first to share it with. That story was just a joke. That wasn't an actual dream that I had. And God forbid that I ever have a dream like that with the story. But I wanted to give you guys... I am laughing at. Listen, if it wasn't for you guys, I'll be talking to myself, okay? So, I have a long drive by myself, so you can't judge me. The milkman just dropped dead in front of the doorstep this morning. Anyway, so that was a little silly joke, but as on a real note, there are plenty of creepier stories too that I have. I didn't really think everybody would be. I didn't really think so many people would be so interested on these stories. I know I always get questioned and asked, "What are some scary stories?" But well played. Interesting. Wonder what it means. Let me see here. Oh, is there a chapel here? I wonder if I could go in. As long as I see you smile, it's a good thing. I was hoping you guys weren't looking. I try to be very direct in the beginning. Look, this is to end on a positive note because I'm about to mention a lot of death here, but trust me, it has a good kick at the end. You're a real entertainer. Hey, I thank you. I didn't get enough attention when I was a kid. Let's see if I could get into this place. Dito Jacqueline. Let me look here. Oh. Alright. I love those stories. There we go. I just saw this, and usually they keep these unlocked. And this is an open 24-hour graveyard. Yes! Oh, God, yes! Here. Let me turn this around. Go. Well, it's not much, but still looks pretty cool. See, I'm not going to go into this room because it does clearly say private, and I have to respect that. Just simply looking around. Any notes? All right, well, that was a kick. I was expecting a little bit more. There we go. All right. Is it warm? Inside? Yeah, it's a little warm. It's not that bad. At least it has some conditioning. Yeah, it does. I gotta be careful because there's an apartment complex right there. Fine. You're competitive, a great storyteller. Thank you. I'm actually really honored you guys like my stories. I thought maybe I would talk too much doing the stories. There we go. All right. So, yeah, that is a bit of some of the crazy stories that has happened to me. I had a time where you guys want to hear about when I got gun pointed by like 5 different cops on NASA property. It's not a scary story. Like I mean, I have plenty of ghost stories, but there is still. Listen, I've been doing crazy adventures my entire life. So there, I was with Yanko. In fact, I was with the same group of people. If you guys were there on my other live stream, Yanko, Flaco. We all have weird names. They're nicknames because everybody has the same name. Christian, was there, and he likes to call himself a different name, whatever. Um, we decided to all go to NASA. And I told him that I will go to NASA and I will take out the telescope so we could see the NASA building, and maybe, just maybe, I could see the rocket that they have inside NASA. Now at this point, NASA Merritt Island, which is the island that NASA is on, is actually free to drive through even at night. And so we drive to Merritt Island, we're going over Merritt Island, we're going to the big bridge, and we're getting to this one NASA site where JF Kennedy, I think, was there too, I think. And there's a huge military base. So I take out the telescope, they pretended that they threw, well, Felix was also in one of my videos too. Felix pretended that he threw Yanko's keys inside. Now Yanko's the guy that looks like visually creeped, in case you guys don't know. But Felix pretended he threw his car keys into the water. And so Yanko's like, no, you're kidding, no. And then Yanko kind of knew that we were joking around, and it was cold outside too. But he wanted to scare us by saying that he was going to get into the water. Again, I have my telescope out, pointed at the NASA place. I'm getting it all set up so we could all look, because I just bought that telescope. And so Yanko goes and takes off his shirt and said that he's going into the water. So he's running towards the water. Flacco's like, yo, Yanko, don't do it, because Flacco knows that the keys aren't in the water. But Yanko doesn't want to lose his job or get in trouble or anything. So, because, you know, he works the next day. So Yanko goes, going close to the water, Flacco stopping him, and then all of a sudden, 4 to 5 to almost 6 police cars, all undercover, come flying out of nowhere, right at the edge of the pier where we were at, and they came out with gun pointed at us, and they're like, show me your hands! And so we're just like this, and then Yanko and Flacco come out of the water, and Yanko's got his shirt off. So it looks really weird, because like, what the hell are you guys doing in the water? And well, they weren't in the water, but Yanko was, I guess, about to go into the water, and they were telling me to put the weapon down, and I'm like, what weapon? I don't have any weapons on me. That device you have there, put it down. They thought that, because they were watching us on security camera, which I don't know where that security camera was, because that, where I was at, there's no buildings anywhere. I'm in the middle of towards Merritt Island, right? And so I look at them and I'm like, this is a telescope. And they were like, oh, we thought that was like a missile thing, like pretty much like a bazooka or something, because it kind of did look like it's a telescope. It's a big telescope. And they thought I was pointing it directly at NASA as a threat. And so they were just like, oh, I get it. And then they all started laughing, and then they were like, well, that doesn't explain why Flacco and Yanko were coming out of the water with Yanko without a shirt on. And at that point, it looked like we were a whole bunch of really friendly friends, if you catch my drift, which it wasn't like that at all. But it looked like it. So, you know, it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, acts like a duck, probably a group of ducks. And so I'm like, no, I had to tell them. But then we all became friends. They looked through the telescope, and then Sam told me never to do that again. So that was another crazy incident that happened with me. And then I got shot at one time. Look, I have too many stories. I have way too many stories. I think I should do like a video with you guys where I could just do like 5 stories or something like that, because I listen to a lot of stories too. But Franco was a gangster. No, I wasn't like that. I was going into a graveyard, because I don't want you guys to think anything. Trust me, it was not like that. I was going into a graveyard, and I was being followed by another car. And at this point, I was driving the Nissan 370, so I thought the guy was going to try to rob me. This is Florida, by the way, so it gets pretty graphic. So I drive my car into this graveyard. I see this guy, and what's suspicious is that, how do you know he was following you, Frank? How do you know he wasn't just going in there to go visit a loved one? Right, you could say that. But this guy turned off his lights and was driving behind my car. The only good part is that I know my graveyard better than he did. So I turned off all my lights and I drove really, really fast, which don't ever do that, because if there's somebody walking around a graveyard like myself, you're probably going to hit them. But I was scared because I didn't know what this was about. So I turned my car lights off. I drive around in this big circle, whatever, in the graveyard, and I couldn't find him because he was going dark. That's why it's so scary when a car goes dark in the graveyard or they come out. So I couldn't find them. So as I'm getting ready to leave the graveyard, this guy's leaving the graveyard too. And so as he's leaving the graveyard, I'm behind him. So now he thinks I'm following him. This guy just goes and opens fire as he's driving down the road. So he's driving fast, and he just starts shooting. Pop, 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 pop. And I hear the ricochets, which is the scariest time of my life. I told my mom about it and my parents. But you could hear the and my windows were closed in the car. You could hear the bullets going over the car, like bouncing off the street and stuff. And oh my God, did I haul ass to get out of that graveyard. And I don't even think I returned until like a week later, because I have like this craving. I love to go to the graveyard. It's like it's a relaxing thing. But yeah, I'm kind of happy I got rid of that car, because that car got me a lot of trouble. Then I almost got robbed again by these two guys on the middle of the road at a red light. Yeah, I can't. It's Florida. Florida's terrible. Like it has its nice places, but where I lived at was pretty bad. Life has been pretty quiet here on the road, but it's Orlando. It's not a peaceful place. Yeah, Kathy, I'm totally with you on that one. That was a really serious. I'm so glad you survived. Well, because when the guy drove, he was a good, I would say 900 feet, maybe 800 feet or 600 or 700 feet. And when you try to, like, if you think about it, it's very difficult to shoot a gun going backwards. So if you think about it, like right now I'm in my car, right? And if I open up my window, because I'm trying to think about this in this guy's perspective, because he's shooting back like that. Okay, I'm way back there. I'm far from him. And he's shooting, pop, pop. Now he's turning the wrist, and he's not even aiming. So he's just shooting. Like, I don't understand why you would. That's so dangerous. And so the guy starts shooting, and then he just drives off. And yeah, at that point, I even believe I reported it too. But I reported it because I was scared if he hit someone else down the road. But no, nothing was confirmed. Nothing happened. Nothing was reported. But this was a long time ago. But the guy, that was the only way he would shoot. But why would you do that? You never use a gun unless you feel like you're in immediate threat, that your life is on the brink of death and you have to survive. That's the only time you use it. And this guy, I don't even know if he was allowed to be having one, but that was another crazy fiasco that happened. Jesus, that was. Now that I think about that, and it makes me want to be more careful with people, because God, one minute you're here and the next minute you're not. Then there was this time, and if you think I'm BSing on any of this, you guys could literally ask my mother. She knows that this has happened to me. There was a time that I'll give you guys one more story, okay? I'm gonna go outside for a little bit because I'm getting tired of being in the car. Oh, do I have my keys? Did I leave it in the car? All right, it's there. It's okay. So this is a time where this is when I was in the best shape of my life, right? And well, the thing is that a lot of these stories they're kind of hard to believe because of the things that have happened. And that's why I said, listen, ask my mom; she'll tell you. And my mom was definitely with me on this one. But this is another story. This is another story that I was diagnosed by doctors, and they told me that I had cancer. And this one really was a big wake-up call, because I got scared, and they said, and it's close to his heart. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. And I was young. But this is what happened. Check this out. I was working out a while back ago, and I was doing these weights, and I was going like this, right? You know how you work out like this? So I'm working out, and then I start doing this other thing like this. You know, and you take in the weights, and they're heavy weights, they're 40-pound weights, and I'm going like this, up and down, and I blew a blood vessel right here. Now over here, under your armpit, there's what is called lymph nodes, and I think we have several here in our armpits, right over here. There's some lymph nodes between our legs area and the, you know, where the sun doesn't shine. And oh, Callie, no wonder I feel connection happened in the cemetery with all the blood. Oh, that was a crime scene that actually happened there. That was a I guess it was a stabbing or something, or that had taken place there. But anyway, so I blew a blood vessel here in my arm, and so basically what happened was the blood started collecting and formed a big ball. And so I went to the doctor's office, and I told the doctors, like, look, I have... Hold on, I got gunshots. Well, that was perfect timing for gunshots. Okay, so I'm in the city area, so you're not supposed to have gunshots in the city area. That was pretty... That freaked me out. All right, so, God, it's like I might as well have just done a video tonight. That was gunfire. I should have gotten in the car. What the heck? I don't know. It happened way over there. Okay, so let's. Well, it didn't happen in the graveyard. It happened. I don't know how loud you guys heard it, but that definitely happened a couple of blocks way down there. Could have been a drive-by. I don't know if that's common here in Chicago. But I think I'll be okay, the goldfish. So anyway, the doctor saw the swollen lymph node. And, whoa, dude, you're in Chicago. Loud enough. I was trying to see if I saw anything. So, you guys still with me? So yeah, so they saw the swollen lymph node. They thought it was a swollen lymph node, and it was close to my heart. So the doctor thought it was cancer, pretty much, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I'm sorry I'm having to rush on that story, but there's a lot more details that happen. But I think I'm gonna kind of get out of this one little area that I'm at here, because it's kind of hard for me to focus now that I heard some gunshots. I'm gonna keep my light off. Damn it. And I was gonna camp out here too. I was thinking about stealth camping. Well, guys, I think what I'm gonna do is cut the live stream for now. I think we had a really good one. I hope you guys liked it. Why would we think you're BSing? Not Franco Nature. No, I know. Because there's a lot of stories that I haven't said, but I'll leave that for down the road. When you guys want another story, I will definitely tell you guys. The gunman could come your way. That's why I'm leaving this area, because I'm in the only area that somebody that just committed a crime would want to come and dust off at. That being said, guys, thank you for watching Franco TV. I'm glad you guys stayed with me, and thank you for being literally like a family with me. There's times that I want to do more live streams so I could talk to you guys, because I feel like you're the closest thing I could talk to right now, because there's nobody else with me to talk to. Take care. We love you. I love you guys too. And you guys be safe. And please be safe with that stupid virus that's out there. And I hope that goes away soon. If not, as soon as possible, because it is ridiculous. And it's hindering everything for everyone. Let's do some more ghost stories. Sounds awesome. Windy Rap, thank you for staying, man. I know my live streams are always, oh my God, my live stream's 2 hours long. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm probably going to park at a rest stop area and get some sleep. I just want to get the hell out of this area because I didn't think this was a ghetto area. I don't think it's a ghetto area, but there were gunshots. And I hope nobody got hurt. But that being said, I will see you guys in the next live stream. When would you guys like your next live stream? Like, when do you want me to do this? Should I wait another week? Because I have a couple of free time now where I don't have to do it every week, you know? See you next time. Stay safe. It was awesome. Good idea. I don't want to drive too close to the front yet. Fridays? Next week? Cute alien next week? Alright. That sounds good. Whenever you'd like to wear up. Hopefully I get a safer location. Or show you guys a little bit of what I'm working with. But that's kind of what was my plan tonight. But unfortunately I couldn't because it was closed. Sorry for that annoying sound. But guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for joining. And I gotta get out of here. Bye guys.